Alright guys, it is me, 80 Sorts of you guys, two games I'm going to be reviewing you guys. Barcelona 3, Valencia 1, guys. What a match. What a match. This was a great match to watch, and I really enjoyed watching most of the game. Notice I said most, because there are some concerns. I do have some with the match. We'll get to that a little later. And so yeah, let's go ahead and start with the starting 11 that Ron Koeman put out. Of course, you guys know I did put on Twitter my 11 thoughts. Now, unfortunately, guys, because I did the streaming today, a little bit later than usual, I was unable to do the my post my thoughts as soon as the lineup came out. So I probably just did an hour afterwards. So if you did not check that out, please let me know. Remember, guys, I like to keep my Twitter thoughts brief so I can tell you guys in detail on YouTube. So of course, here we are. So let's go look at that starting 11. So you have Mark Andre Ter Stegen, obviously no brainer, he would start. Then you have Jordi Alba, PK, Eric Garcia, and Roberto. Now the thing about this is that Jordi Alba was expected. Eric Garcia, I expected. Because here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Let's talk about Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia, for me, is still not good enough. I'm sorry, guys. Eric Garcia, for me, I'm still not convinced with him. His performances so far for Barcelona have been atrocious. You know? Now, what I will say, though, is this. I still think he is a good player, but I don't think he's ready just yet. I think he needs some more time. I don't think he's ready to be a first-team starter. And I remember multiple times he was getting beaten by Carlos Soler, Maxi Gomez as well. So I just don't think I just don't think he's really that ready yet. PK for me had an okay game. Roberto was interesting. I was hoping for Des, but Roberto started. They got Frankie de Jong, Busquets, and Gavi. Pretty good midfield trio there. And then you have this front three. And surprisingly enough, this front three actually looked really good. Dest on the right wing was actually really good. Depay in the middle and Ansu Fati in the left. That was actually a pretty good team, guys. Because when I first saw this 11, I was like, okay, I was very happy. I was a bit concerned with Dest's position because, Dest had a really good international break with the U.S. and was actually scoring a goal and getting getting an assist against Jamaica, I believe. He even could have had another assist if that goal was an own goal against Costa Rica. So I think it was interesting that Koeman played a 4-3-3 because I actually was expecting Dest to be kind of a 3-5-2 kind of thing. And I think Dest had a good game as a right winger. So, yeah, it was interesting there, So, we now move on to the game itself. So, of course, guys, I did write down some notes here. You guys can, I'll let you guys know some of the big moments in the game. Of course, if there are any big moments, let me know in the comment section below. So the first real big opportunity of the game was for Gaia. Gaia scores in the third minute of the game, and this was a beautiful goal. A beautiful goal indeed. And for me, guys, I think this one defensively we could have done a little bit better. Barca did have an early chance through, I believe, was it through Ansu Fati early on in the fourth minute of the game, but it wasn't there. I don't think he got on the angle of it. And then you look at this goal. It was a great goal from Gaia. Scores outside the box, a great screamer. And it wasn't that good. The defending wasn't good. I think Ter Stegen, for me, he could have done a bit better. Gavi, for me, he could have closed down the angle, closed down the shot. Maybe make a tackle. Win us give a free kick away. But Valencia scored. It was a great goal. To be fair, I'm not gonna really put too much blame on the players. To be fair, because I said it was a spectacular goal. You could see how good the goal is from the images here, and it was a very, very good goal. A very, very good goal indeed. Now, remember, guys, the last time Barca actually made a comeback was actually against Valencia. So maybe poetic justice would happen again, right? And, of course, Barcelona would continue to fall going forward. Dest had a really good chance there to score. It was blocked away. And then look at this goal. Ansu Fati. What a spectacular goal this was. Ansu Fati responds with a pinpoint strike. It was a really good effort from the outside the box. And right for the strike into the bottom right corner. Plays a nice 1-2 with Depay before cutting in the left flank and takes a shot. And Silesen couldn't get on the end of it. And it is 1-1. Guys, this was a huge, huge goal for Ansu Fati. And listen, Fati, for me, guys, is such a huge player for this team. Ansu Fati, for me, is such a difference maker to the team. He adds so much quality to this team. And I think with Ansu Fati's reintroduction to the team, I think he's someone that could really help us. Because you saw last season how critical he was for us. Early in the season, scoring a brace against Villarreal, scoring against Celta Vigo, even scoring El Clasico against Real Madrid. And, of course, we know what happened. He went on to get injured. And, of course, we know how the season transformed. And you could see that goal right there for Ansu Fati. Beautiful goal indeed. And you could see right there, it took some time for Barca to get into the game. It took some time for Barca to get in the game. Of course, we know the international break just occurred. And I just think that it took some time for the players to respond. And now, with that goal, I think Barca started to get the rhythm started. Mats had made a great save from one of the players. I forgot which player in particular had that shot. I think was it maybe Wasp right there. So yeah, it's a great save to stop the powerful diving. Yeah, Garcia reacts late, but it gets out in time. You can see right there. And yeah, so Depay had a really good chance to score there as well. Busquets got a yellow card for a foul on Soler. Gabby also got a yellow card as well. You can see right there. And you could see that the Barca started to get into the rhythm, and that once they came into the final, they looked more productive and more intuitive, more efficient. But the defense of Barca is still suspect. You saw Valencia numerous amount of times have numerous amount of counterattacks, and they were able to open up the Barca defense. And had it not been for some poor finishing and great saves from Ter Stegen, Valencia probably could have snapped and sneaked away with a draw. So yeah, as I said, interesting there. You can go on and on. Depay. And then Barca won a penalty. Barcelona won a penalty, guys. And this was a very controversial penalty. Let's just say this right now. And some people will say this one shouldn't have been a penalty. And even I will admit, I don't understand why referee didn't look to the VAR screen. Because it seemed like the referee was already insistent it was a penalty without even checking the VAR system. And as I said before, guys, let me just say this right now. Refs in La Liga are super suspicious. Super suspicious. I don't know what is a pen or not a pen. Because some of the times they look at the screen, then sometimes they don't even look at the screen. Joe's a guy that got booked for the challenge. I think he actually won the ball before Fati did. And I think Fati was taken down. And for me, I don't think it should have been a pen. And of course, Fati was taken down. And I think he won the ball. So, of course, it was a very interesting one. And then you see it right there, Depay hammers at home. And Silesen didn't even do anything. He was standing in the middle. I think he was thinking that Depay could have gone in the middle. And of course, that is his international international teammate. And of course, Depay scores to give Barcelona a lead, 41st minute of the game. And Barcelona completed the comeback. So you can see right there, a lot of Valencia players were very, very frustrated with the penalty. And they think that shouldn't have been a penalty. Regardless, though, it was 2-1. And so now came the second half, and where I would say this right now, guys. I will say this right now. Barcelona in the second half were very generally not good. That second half from Barca, for the most of the second half, wasn't good. Now, Barca did start the second half very nicely indeed with Fati making a really good shot and Silesen making a really good save there. But as I said, Valencia really should have scored at least one in the second half because, you look at the off the post chance for Carlos Soler, but Gomez was caught offside. And then Marc-Andre Ter Stegen had a big save to make. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen had to make a big save to make right here. Guedes catches the Barca defense and it fires a really good strike. Guedes had a shot there, and you can see right here that Coutinho Ansu Fati came on. Ansu Fati came off and Coutinho came on, which I thought was a good change because, as I said before, guys, we need Ansu Fati for those games in the El Clasico and the Champions League because remember, guys, we don't want him to get injured whatsoever. And I think it was a big goal. Big change from Koeman there to make that, and I think it was a good change. The Foucault got a yellow card as well. And Barca had a free kick, and Dest had a good chance to score, I think, and then he messed up, I believe. Valencia had another good counterattack, and then Gomez had a really good chance to actually score, and he was just wide, I believe. You could see right there. Let me see if I can find that chance. Yeah, it might have been here somewhere around here. Yeah. And then afterwards, De Jong had a really good game as well. And then Coutinho scores. Coutinho scores, guys. It was a great assist from Serginho Dest. Really good work from Dest to find Coutinho there open in space. And it's an easy tap in to make it 3-1. And yeah, for me, it was a really, really good pass. Really good pass from Coutinho. The defense of Coutinho, the defenses of Valencia wasn't that great. Dest wiggle past some challenges. Before he spots an unmarked Coutinho, and of course, Coutinho puts it there in the back of the net to make it 3-1, and Coutinho has scored, guys. It's been a long time since we have said that, guys, and of course, Des came off, Aguero came on, and it was nice to see Aguero have some good touches, even almost actually got an assist if PK just had his header correctly, and it could have been 4-1, and then, of course, Alba had a nice chance in the end to make it 4-1, but of course, he was very, very close to doing it, sailing over the bar. So, but as I said before, guys, that second half from Barca wasn't good. It wasn't good enough because most of the second half, guys, Valencia were dominating Barca. They had created more opportunities. And I would say around maybe like 35 minutes, I would say Valencia were probably better. There were a few 10 minutes, I would say Barca were better than Valencia in the second half. But as I said before, guys, it's a huge win. It's a huge win for Ronald Koeman's team. And of course, right now, guys, in La Liga, as things stand right now, we are currently 7th in the table. So remember, guys, now some teams have played more games than us. Remember, Osasuna, Rayo Vallecano, Real Sociedad have played more. Mallorca as well. And remember, guys, we still do have a game in hand, guys. We still have a game in hand because remember, guys, we still need to play against Sevilla, right? But as I said before, guys, we're getting slowly back to where we are. And I think it's very encouraging to see this kind of performance, especially right before the Champions League game against Dynamo Kiev at home, in which a game we need to win, guys. We have to win that game. So, of course, guys, huge win for the guys. So, of course, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the positives and negatives. My big positives from this game, I'm going to talk about 3 positives and 3 negatives. I'm going to do this from now on for every match. My 3 positives that were the Depay and Fati connection. I think both of them had a really good game together. I think Depay, for me, had a really good connection with Fati. And you can see the two are really linking up together really well. And I just think that, for me, we really saw the first game of the two playing really well together. I think Depay had a really good game as well. Despite only scoring the penalty, he had created so many chances for his teammates. And so, yeah, okay. My second big takeaway is that I feel like, for me, guys, Gavi and Frankie de Jong had a really good game. Gavi, for me, was really good at his pressing. I feel like Gavi, for me, was so tenacious, so hardworking. De Jong as well had a good game as well, and Dest even had a great game as well. And then finally, my third takeaway from this game is that Barca's attack is actually good. It's actually good, guys. The attack of Barcelona isn't as bad as we were made to believe in September. Okay? And I think with the introduction of Fati and now Aguero back, guys, I think it can add this team so much more depth in the attacking department. Now, time for some negatives. Okay? I feel like, for me, Barca relaxed a bit too much in the second half. I believe Barca they should have gone more. They were a bit too lazy, I feel, for most of the second half. And I think that's a big problem, especially against, like, the big teams, like against Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, even Athletic Club, and these kind of teams. They will punish us more in the second half. Another concern I have is, of course, you guys know the defense. I mean, we know the defense is still sketchy. We know the defense is still not that great, so that's probably no surprise there. And then my third big negative takeaway is that I feel as though that Ter Stegen might have saved us in this game a lot. He made some really big saves. And I know people will still criticize Ter Stegen for that goal we conceded, but I think he had also a really good game as well. And so that we were a bit too reliant on the Ter Stegen for the second half, I would say. So for me, the players that played really well today were Fati, Depay, I think Dest, I would say Ter Stegen, De Jong, and Gavi. The rest, I feel, were either average or bad. Okay. I think most players did okay. Most players, those other players that I didn't mention, I think they had an okay game. Not necessarily bad, but not necessarily great. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. So I want you guys to comment down below what you guys thought of the match. Of course, guys, it's a huge morale booster, morale win, guys. And remember, guys, we have to take advantage of this month. This month is a very important month for Barca. A lot of the games are at home this month, guys. And this month could be pivotal in whether Koeman will stay or not. Because remember, guys, I think there is a new ultimatum that is set that Koeman needs to win all these games. And I think Koeman needs to do well in this month of October. And I think we're starting off October the right way possible. After the international break, getting a crucial win over Valencia. So, of course, guys, our next game is going to be against Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League. And then, of course, we have a Classico coming up on Sunday. So, of course, guys, we'll be doing a preview on that on my channel probably on Saturday. So, stay tuned for that for the more official details. And then we have Rayo Vallecano this coming Wednesday. And then, of course, not this Wednesday. I mean, the next Wednesday afterwards. And then we have against Alaves. And then we have a game against Dynamo Kiev the month of November, and then you have Celta Vigo and so on. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hope you guys do enjoy the video, guys. Remember, guys, to check out my other platforms in the description below. And make sure you guys comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.